Welcome to another In Wheel Time podcast, a 30-minute mini version of the In Wheel Time car show that airs live every Saturday morning, 8 to 11 a.m. Central. Celebrating 10 years of award-winning car talk, it's the In Wheel Time car show, your weekly go-to all things automotive place.
All right.
Today, coming to you from the Tailpipes and Tacos Cruise-In at the Lupi Tortilla Tex-Mex on the Grand Parkway at Kingsland Boulevard in Katy, Texas. Get down.
Beautiful.
In addition to talking to a few of the participants, we'll have this week's auto history and get you updated on the stories making automotive news headlines, and finally get in our review of the Lincoln Navigator. Howdy, along with Mike out of this world Mars. We need more Jeff Zekin and the mysterious Jeffrey Heitzman. I'm Don Armstrong. Yes, and the sound you hear is a hot rod Corvette.
Is it a Corvette?
It is. Yeah.
Yep. There it is.
It is. Can we just pause and listen to that?
All right. I'm gonna
beautiful music. I'm thinking.
Is it Borla exhaust maybe?
I'm thinking a Katy Symphony. And not to offend if there is a Katy Symphony, it's not that. That's my symphony. That's the Don Armstrong Katy Symphony right there. Just thought I'd mention that too. So we're kind of going to do this a little bit out of order because it's time for our car review. You notice the time?
Yeah. I'm going to make
note of that.
Yes,
so when you're looking for it, you can find it.
No lie. Oh, my
so
gosh.
the In Wheel Time Car Show car review this time is the 2021 Lincoln Navigator. Comes in 3 trim levels: base, reserve, and black label. I had the black label.
There you go.
How many passengers? Up to 7. Exterior changes from last year, redesigned, all new in 2018. Exterior features include put on your spats to match the conservative sophistication. I wrote that.
I like that.
Thank you very much.
Very nice.
Stately, fashionable, straight line sides, Navigator front fender badges, full width rear lighting.
Did you write for The Great Gatsby?
Yeah, overall design gets high marks in my opinion. This is really a slick, smooth, bad to the bone ride. Interior highlights: clean, sophisticated dash design, standalone infotainment screen. Floating center console allows plentiful storage underneath it, kind of like the old Lexus RX.
Okay.
Passive phone charger, really cool because you open the door on the center console and your phone kind of slides down, standing on its edge, where you can see
horizontal.
On a vertical, and you can see it down in there. It's kind of tilted towards you, but it's also getting charged and doesn't take up as much room.
Cool. Nice.
Cargo trunk room. Even with the third row, there's more room back there than you'd ever think. What I liked, comfort level is very high in this. The seats are to die for. You can adjust pretty much every stinking thing in this seat up front.
Huh. That's good.
Didn't you play with all of that?
I did play with it.
Yeah. The seat.
Yeah.
What could use improvement? There are a few plasticky panels on the interior that need a little bling attention, but that's the Don Armstrong review of that. 3.5 liter. It's a small turbocharged V6 that turns out, drum roll, 450 horsepower with 500 pound-feet of torque through a 10-speed automatic transmission. The tow rating on this, 8,700 pounds.
Wow.
So you, Jeff Zekin,
Yes.
could tow that yacht that you're storing.
I'm looking more of storage for the drum kit in the back.
Oh, yeah. Well, 8,000. No, this is the tow rating.
Yeah.
Okay. Miles per gallon, 16 city, 20 highway for combined of 17. I got 18 over 231.6 miles per gallon. What I liked about it, the perfect power match for this size behemoth. What could use improvement? Absolutely nothing. Don't touch it. Ride and handling, cushy. It's really, really nice. This is the new day limousine. Pricing. Okay, here we go. Base trim price is $98,125. Prices tested, $106,115. The base model price for this car, this SUV, $78,375. It's big. It competes against the Cadillac Escalade that starts at $85,995. The Mercedes-Benz GLS class, it's not as big, but it's still up there, $78,200. Or the Land Rover Range Rover, $103,500. And that's the review of the 2021 Lincoln Navigator Black Label. Thank you for being you.
All right. Beautiful.
All right, now we're going to check in with Mr. Heitzman, who has the events and cruise-in calendar. I'm sorry, not Mr. Heitzman.
I was going to say, I can hand it over to him. Here you go.
No. That would be, there's two Jeffs here today.
Because we need more Jeff.
We need more Jeff.
We do need
and
more
we're
Jeff.
getting more Jeff. So Mr. Zekin
there you go.
has the events and the cruise-in calendar. My apologies.
Well, that's fine. Events, I mean, we're going to bleed this together, events and cruise-ins, because they're so plentiful right now with the weather breaking. There's no storms coming. It is summertime just around the corner. There's no shutdowns or anything. Yes, absolutely. So the events, today is the 19th. We've got the Juneteenth celebrations going on throughout the city and the country. We talked about one earlier. The Conroe Cruisers, the Father's Day car show, is blowing and going this weekend. The annual Dad Fest and Car Show, hosted by Clear Lake Cars and Coffee, is actually a 2-day event. It's today going on right now.
Do they have any clean copper clappers there?
I don't know, but
at the Conroe. No,
at the car show hosted by Clear Lake Cars and Coffee.
The car show in Clear Lake Cars and Coffee with clean copper clappers. I got that.
That is today and tomorrow, by the way.
Okay.
And it's going on.
All right.
We have several cruise-ins going on throughout the state, and this is very, very cool. You've got one in Austin going on this weekend. It's called the VW Top Notch. It's every third Saturday. It's a monthly thing. So you take your VW, you take your van out there, you take your bugs, all that good stuff, your Carmagias, and it's a very good event. They also have, I love this name, June Bug Rally. Is going on. Very cool. You've got car shows and cruise-ins going on in Burnett, Clifton, Georgetown, Goliad, San Marcos, which is right around the corner. And then, of course, with moving on to, did you want me to do other?
I want you to do events and cruise-ins.
Okay, well, good. That's what I was going to say, the cruise-ins. Cruise-ins, you've got, of course, Randy Shannon's Nifty 50s is going on.
Is that tonight?
I believe so.
Yep.
And you've got Caffeine and Chrome. Gateway Classics, Cars of Houston. That's actually the 25th and the 31st coming up next week and the week after. And here's a special event that I kind of find near and dear, health reasons wise. I want to bring this up. It is an event. It's called Tune Up for Life. It's a men's health event. This is at St. Joseph's Medical Center. It's rev up your body's engine. And much like you do with your oil changes and your tune-ups and things for your vehicle, this actually is going on. It's free for Men's Health. It's at the MKT Heights on Saturday, which is today, from 9 a.m. to noon. Attendees will have the opportunity to tune up their bodies with a free health screening parallel to the car care regimens that you do for your automobile. I think that's very cool.
You know, when you say it's Men's Health, I have these visions of some sort of an invasive kind of procedure with gloved hands.
Well, that's this one I'm telling you is free. You may have to pay for that one. Yeah, and it may be
in
more
ways than one.
Maybe after 5. And let's not forget, I'm still rolling
Mr.
here.
Mars, what are you doing?
I'm still rolling.
You trying to fix things?
He's trying to fix
things.
things.
Oh, good. He's got tape.
He's got tape. I'm still rolling here. September 25th, coming up right around the corner, a few months away. We got the Woody's Waterfront Car Show.
We're going to be there.
In San Leon. We're going to be live at the Top Water Grill. Live, remember that. So we will be there. I will be shaking hands and kissing babies.
And he's going to wash his hands first.
Yes. And right after I do my men's health screen. Absolutely. So that's what I've got.
All right.
The end.
And, do you know who our next guest is?
Well, 1 second. I do have a mention, and I forgot.
You said that's it.
I know. I want to mention Gina. Gina's got stuff going on, and I don't want to forget about her. Motorsports Park, July 3rd. So that's coming up right around.
That's under the racing calendar.
That's under the racing calendar.
That's next hour.
Yeah, never mind.
So, yes, on July the 3rd at Houston Motorsports Park, asphalt circle racing here in Houston, Texas. And it is actually the only asphalt circle track racing in Texas.
Yes.
Everything else is dirt, yeah.
Yeah.
So make plans to go. It's Saturday night, July the 3rd. Fireworks, flyover, racing cars on asphalt.
What's on the menu? $1 hot dogs, $1 beers.
There's that. As a matter of fact, everybody here should go. Take your car, have a good time, and go. So it's pro trucks, modifieds, outlaws, eco stocks, super stocks. I think that the NASCARs may be there. Legacies, tickets $15. Kids are $5. Vets are $1. Seniors are cheap. Yes, we are. Hot dogs $1 and beers are $1. That's July the 3rd. Mark it on your calendar. Gulf Coast Racing Series. Asphalt racing at its finest on the 3/8 mile asphalt at Houston Motorsports Park. Be there or be square. Mr. Mars?
Yes, sir.
I saw you running around the parking lot with tape.
It's awesome.
Well, I'm not through yet, but I'm working on it. But I did want to introduce our next guest.
Is this in lieu of those zip tie handcuffs?
I hadn't thought of that, but I will.
Well, that's what I thought. He's out there with, duct tape and
rope.
I'll have to remember that.
Okay.
In case I get into a bind and need some zip ties.
He's got a cloth, and he walks up to you. Does this smell like ether?
Yeah, that's right. Are these roofies?
Speaking of which, around the corner, there sits, on the other side of the building from us, there sits a sky blue, light blue.
Reef turquoise.
Reef turquoise.
Reef turquoise. I
close.
came up with that name myself. Just wanted you to know you're
70s.
looking at the inventor.
Yeah.
So it's a 1966 GTO convertible.
Nice.
It's got 3 deuces under the hood.
Oh.
And Steve Butts is here to tell us about that beautiful car.
Steve,
Take it away.
We love you, Steve. We
Take it
all
away.
want to ride in that.
That's what I'm thinking.
So is the 3 deuces, that's the stock engine for that car?
It is.
It's an option.
Yes.
Yes, it was an option.
It's a PHS documented car. I've had it for about 3 years. I did not do the restoration on it, but pretty much everything is.
You did.
I did not.
You did. You did do the restoration on it with your wallet.
Yeah, I did. I did pay dearly for it.
Right. Mm-hmm.
But pretty much as it was built, a few things have been changed out. I did switch the transmission to a 3-speed automatic when the other one was shot, just for better drivability, and I added disc brakes to the front.
Because it originally had a 2-speed
yeah.
power slide. 2-speed
Super Turbine is actually the correct.
Oh, pardon me. I beg your pardon.
I've been corrected more than once.
Yeah. And now I
it is
have
Father's
too.
Day.
Yes.
Yeah. So this particular car was of the original John DeLorean bunch, if I'm not mistaken, correct?
That's correct.
Yeah. And once he started the GTO thing and it took off immediately, I think it was the 64 was the first one?
Yes.
Yeah. And so here we are 2 years later, and so, okay, let's bump up the horsepower a little bit. Let's put, dual carbs on it. Let's make it look really good. Let's add some bling to it and make it GTO instead of a Le Mans. And so what hooked you to this particular car?
So I learned to drive on a 1966 Tempest.
Of course you did, yeah.
A 326 V8 with the super turbine transmission.
So it was the Le Mans.
It was the Tempest. It
Tempest.
was one lower than the Le Mans, yeah.
Gotcha, okay.
It was the 4-door car. And shortly after that, I had a friend who bought his brother had bought a brand new GTO in 1966, went to Vietnam, came back, was tired of the car, so he sold it to his brother. It was worn out, so we pulled the engine, 389, 3-deuce, 4-speed, overhauled it, and that's kind of when I was hooked on GTOs. And fast forward through life and kids, and finally got to a position where I've played with cars a lot, but I wanted the GTO, and I looked for quite a while and actually found that one at the Mecum Auto Auction. And luckily, I think I got a good one. There was very little that I could find wrong with it. So,
Nice.
I mean, with a 66 car, you're chasing gremlins all the time. But
Sure.
for the most part, it's a solid driving car.
And by the way, I just wanted to throw out there and just add this to the mix of this show today, is that my next car is going to sound like that car. Even if it has to come through a Bose speaker, it makes no difference. But, you know, just the smell of the exhaust
Yeah, you
in
can smell
itself.
it. That's a little bit different octane scent.
Yeah, it is, and it's clearly jetted up.
And I know my octanes.
Yeah, I bet you do. Yeah. So I want that sound.
Your neighbors won't like it, but yeah, I like the sound
I
as
don't
well.
care. At this point in life, I don't care about the neighbors. I used to care about the neighbors. I don't care about the neighbors
Well, you
anymore.
have a big empty lot and a nice street, and then you've got a big parking lot, and then there's a church.
And
So-
I got the biatch that lives down at the corner down there. And I hope she's listening. And I'll be sure and rev that up. Give it about $5,000 right in front of her house. Just say it.
I understand.
So I have a little bit of anger issue with her, and if with a car like that, I could solve that problem right away.
Yes.
And you can relate. We
I
can
can relate to that.
Yeah, we've got that. Does your car sound like that?
No, my car just has a good rumble, but it's not overly loud. I actually thought about putting a little louder muffler on it just because.
Just
I
because
can.
you could.
Yeah, just because I can.
How often do you drive your car?
Lately it's been at least once a week. For a long time it was sitting in the garage
right.
and not doing much, but it's good to get it out. The weather's good. Headed out last Saturday at a car show, and boy, it was brutally hot, but
we
stuck
know
it
that
out.
feeling. Yeah.
Stuck it out.
What car
yeah.
show did you go to?
It was the one over on Fry Road. I can't remember the name of it, but it was about 8 in the morning till 2 in the afternoon, and by 2 I was cooked. I just want to go home.
Yeah. Now, does the Pontiac have air conditioning? No.
Oh yeah, it does. You put the top down. Other than that, no.
No.
Yeah.
Got it.
So it still gets pretty warm.
And have you been to any judged shows with the car?
Yeah, it's. I've been out 4 judge shows, and I've won 3 trophies. So it does.
Great.
It shows good.
That's a good average.
Yeah.
Very good.
I think as the shows go, though, if you keep going to the shows with the same cars, you got to go somewhere new. where
Well,
they haven't
either
seen
that
the
or you
car.
got to change the paint color
Yeah.
or the top color or the interior or
Pay
something like
the
that.
judges. Judges
Pay
can
the
be
judges.
bought.
But, there are so many car shows, and especially judged ones these days, you could spend the rest of your life and never hit the
tour around.
Yeah.
But there's tons of beautiful cars. People have invested a lot of money in
Yes,
cars.
they have.
Yeah.
And,
right here, you can see that.
Well, yes, we can. And this is, Stan's a friend of mine. You know Stan?
Yeah, I just
Stan
met
Hope?
him. I just met him.
Very
yes.
good, yeah. And he is the ultimate car guy. Yeah. Drag racer and show cars and cool cars, whatever. The Pontiac.
Yeah, I commented on his Pontiac, and he told me it was original paint, and I
Yes.
said, wow, that's pretty impressive.
Yes.
And that's his white Corvette over there in the corner on the end as well.
Okay, I saw that one as well.
So, plans for the car? Drive it, enjoy it?
Drive it, enjoy it.
How is it
I debate on the air conditioning piece. I don't want to mess it up, but boy, it sure would be nice to have air conditioning.
I have
You
to-
are in
Texas.
Houston.
I have to tell you that we had an opportunity at the last Lone Star Throwdown to talk with the guys at Vintage Air.
Yep.
Yes.
They have a package that I think that you would serve yourself right if you checked into Vintage Air, because if you want that under dash look, it's period correct for the car.
Yeah.
Boy, they've got a package that is sweet, and it works real good.
And they're really located right outside of San Antonio.
You're talking me into it.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
they're there. They're just northeast off of 35. I don't remember which little town it is, but they're right there.
And I have to tell you that, the guy that we met at the Lone Star Throwdown, that small booth, inconspicuous,
Yeah.
laid back, not a big deal, but very nice, and they're really all about customer service.
He had some displays out for what would fit your vehicle, what would fit his vehicle, and so on, and how would they go about it. So
yeah,
it was
I've
very
done
nice.
a little bit of research on it.
Yeah.
It's a clean setup for sure.
Yeah, and if at some point you want to sell the car and put it back to the original, it's an easy deal for that.
Or it could be an upsell too. It could be part of something.
Very
that
much
they
so.
want.
Well, the car's not a concourse car. It's just a really solid driver.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure how much it really hurts it, but
Yeah.
that's my only concern.
Yeah.
But, when it gets to be 95 degrees out, those concerns melt away.
Yes, we are very well aware.
There's not a cloud in the sky today.
Yeah.
This could be one of those days.
I think so.
Yeah, we did a remote last weekend at Bayway Chevrolet for Wheelchairs for Warriors from 2 to 6.
Oh, wow.
We baked.
Yeah, you started in the heat of the day.
Yeah.
We did. Yes, we did.
Well, we had to set up.
Yeah,
we were kind of thinking it's going to get hot, but we had no idea.
Yeah.
The problem is that we didn't realize that the cameras don't like the heat either.
Really?
And especially in the direct sunshine. No, not so much. But we had a good time, and they raised a lot of money for Wheelchairs for Warriors. It was a great event.
Really
And
was.
those are the kind of things that we enjoy going to and supporting. And I know that a lot of the guys, there might even be somebody here that went to that. It's one of those kind of shows that you want to be a part of. And your car would be
Yeah.
double thumbs up.
Yeah. There were hundreds of entries.
Yeah. And
The one thing about the car shows, that having bought the car and been to quite a few of them, is the people are just great.
yes, they are.
It's a great culture. Everybody's friendly. They want
Yep.
to come talk cars, and I grew up with cars, so I like to talk about them.
Are you a Houstonian?
I am not. I'm actually from Kentucky.
Oh,
but
okay.
I've been here since '96, so my kids are all Houstonians.
There you go.
We like Kentucky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, you were talking about the family and how people are, those 432 Fords out there. I mean, that is one family.
Really?
The son and his wife and the mother and the mother-in-law. I mean, that's what drove those 4 cars out here.
Well,
Yeah.
it's a great hobby.
Yeah, from Spring. So they had a little haul this morning, but apparently one of the cars now has 14,000 miles on it, and they drive it everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure in their quest over here, they were lined up and drawing all kinds of
Oh, I'll
attention.
bet they were.
And
Like
that's what they
parade.
said.
Part of
'Cause
the
they can-
discussion.
They
Yeah.
can only go 100 miles on the tank.
Yeah.
So there's that. Listen, thanks so much for stopping by.
Thanks for having me.
It's a pleasure talking to you, and we hope to see the Pontiac out again.
It'll be out. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot.
Appreciate it. All right. I haven't done any headlines this morning.
Thanks, sir.
And should I do some headlines?
Why not?
Well, I gathered up headlines to do.
Now,
So
we're going to
we've
make
got-
some
We got a
headlines.
whole
We're gonna
mess
do our
of
own
recalls that I'm kind of going to breeze over here.
Let's talk about it.
Heavy-duty, Super Duty Fords from the 2021 model year. Wheel hub extenders may be improperly attached. In other words, they could be unattached before you know it.
Wheel hub extenders.
Yeah. They're heavy duties. So I would probably the dual wheels or something.
That's what I'm
Yeah.
right.
Airbag inflator may explode or underinflate the bag on all of the BMW 3 Series from the 99 model year to the 2001 model year. Steering knuckle or rear axle housing can deform in the Infinities from the 2020 and 2021 model years. Water intrusion into the front wheel wells. How does that?
I don't.
That makes no sense to me.
Under the
but-
front wheel wells.
Yeah. No, it says into the front wheel wells.
So there's that. The
I
foot-
don't know.
the foot
Mercedes-Benz GLB 250 2020 model year. Mercedes-Benz side curtain airbags may not deploy properly in the GLB. It's the same one. GLB
yeah.
250 for the 2020.
Huh.
So the Mercedes-Benz GLB 250 needs some help, clearly. Also, front passenger airbag may not deploy properly. Yikes. Get rid of that car.
Mm-hmm.
Improperly mounted rear headrests on the Mercedes-Benz AMG C43, 63, 63S, the E53, the C300, and the E450 in the 2021 model years.
There's a right and a left, and is there? I'm flipping them backwards.
Front seat wiring harness routed incorrectly in the Mercedes-Benz Sprinter, 1500, 2500, 3500, 19 model year to 2021. The Mercedes-Benz user experience called the MBUX system is awry in the Sprinter, 15, 25, 35, and 4500, 19 to 21 model.
That's
The
quite
Volkswagen
a few.
ID4, that electric thing, headlights can be misadjusted. Volvos, 19 to 2020 model year, low pressure fuel pump can fail. Don't let that happen. A bunch of 2021 model year Buick, Cadillac, Chevrolet, and GMC's airbag light may not indicate a malfunction. Cadillac, XT5, XT6, and the Acadia from 2021 fuel supply lines and properly
That's got to be a
installed.
misprint.
Tire failure may cause sudden air loss in the Chevy and GMC Silverado 1500s and the Sierra 1500s from 2019, and the Land Rover Defender of the 2020 to 2021. Go ahead and have that crushed. The PCM may switch off and cause an engine start.
Anybody in the crusher business?
Not a big Land Rover fan. No. Nor am I a fan of the Jaguar. They don't know. They don't want to give a lowly journalist like myself a loan.
Well, that's because I dissed the Jag.
No, it has nothing to do with that.
I tore it up.
Did you tear it
Oh,
up?
I tore it up.
Good. Well, I'm glad to hear that.
Tune in to last week's podcast.
So we'll have more headlines coming up in the next segment, but we're going to take a quick break here on the In Wheel Time program.
Time has flown.
It really has.
It has.
We're going into the last hour of the program.
We've got a full car show going on. Look at that. There he is.
There he is.
There he is.
Absolutely
And we got him on camera. Here we go.
Quick time for a break. We'll be right back. You're on the In Wheel Time Car Show. Stay with us.
Whether you own a newer car or want to keep your older one coming along for a while longer, think of Bayway Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, Bayway Chevy, and Bayway Lincoln to keep things in tip-top shape. From oil changes to major repairs, you can depend on the highly skilled service pros at Bayway Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, Bayway Chevrolet, and Bayway Lincoln to perform fast, efficient service to keep your investment running strong. For all your service needs, remember Bayway. Schedule your next appointment online anytime. Bayway, keeping it original. Tailpipes and Tacos, Houston's premier monthly car cruise-in returns Saturday, July 17th at 2 Loopy Tortilla Mexican restaurants in Katy and inside the Loop on the Southwest Freeway near Kirby. Tailpipes and Tacos is free and everyone's invited. You'll see collector cars, hot rods, customs, magnificent originals, and resto mods at 2 locations. Cars from all over Southeast Texas cruise in and show off in a friends and family event at the Loopy Tortilla Mexican restaurant on the Grand Parkway at Kingsland Boulevard, just south of I-10 and Katy, and inside the Loop on the Southwest Freeway near Kirby. Drag racer, car enthusiast, and Loopy founder Stan Holt brings you Houston's hottest cruise-in. Tailpipes and Tacos, inside the Loop on the Southwest Freeway in Kirby, and in Katy on the Grand Parkway just south of I-10, where you'll see the In Real Time Car Show. Get your ride ready, and we'll see you at the Tailpipes and Tacos Saturday morning cruise-in, July 17th, 8 to 11 a.m., weather permitting. You see all the new ceramic car wash cleaners on TV now, but John Gray at Gulf Coast Auto Shield has been using ceramic coatings on Houston's most expensive cars for years, and he'll tell you that nothing beats the real thing. Gulf Coast Auto Shield installs a coating over your paint that actually comes with a warranty. If you just picked up your Lambo, your Aston Martin, Porsche, Ferrari, any other exotic car, chances are your car will have company that have already found Gulf Coast Auto Shield. Now, you don't have to own an exotic. Maybe you got a truck, an SUV, or even an older vehicle that needs a little love. Well, let John Gray give it a look and give you an estimate on refurbishing that paint and making your vehicle look new again. How about getting a gift certificate for the wife's birthday or anniversary from Gulf Coast Auto Shield and tell her, honey, I know you love your car, so why don't we get it looking new again? It'll be the best gift ever, one that she'll never forget. Get hold of John Gray at gcautoshield.com or give him a call, 832-264-0670. Gulf Coast Auto Shield.
That's it for this podcast episode of the In Wheel Time Car Show. I'm Don Armstrong, inviting you to join us for our live show every Saturday morning, 8 to 11 a.m. Central on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and our InWheelTime.com website. Podcasts are available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, iHeart Podcast, Podcast Addict, TuneIn, Pandora, and Amazon Music. Keep listening, and we'll see you soon.